morning and welcome to JoyNews Interactive with me, Peter CBD. You know how to join the conversation on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. We are JoyNews on TV. We love hearing from you. Now, in our first story, we're talking about rent. I want you guys to join the conversation and share your rent experience, because now the Public Relations Officer of the Rent Control Department, Emmanuel Hovey, has revealed that it is illegal for landlords to increase rent rates without the prior assessment and approval of the Rent Control Office. According to him, all new rent rates must be approved by the Rent Control Department to ensure that they're responsible or they're reasonable and befits the condition of the premises that is being rented.
72% of the cases that came were on rent arrears, which means a lot of tenants are not being able to pay their rent. So that was very massive. Under Section 25(5), it says any person who has a condition of grant, renewal or continuancy of a tenancy demand in the case of monthly or short tenancy, the payment in advance or more than a month's rent, or in the case of a tenancy exceeding 6 months, the payment in advance of more than 6 months' rent, shall be guilty of an offense and shall, upon conviction, be liable to a fine not exceeding 500 penalty units, which is equivalent to 6,000, or a term of imprisonment not exceeding 2 years.
All right, so I want to know your rent experience. For example, join us on our Zoom, and our meeting ID is there on your screens, 970-558-05723, and the password is 675472. I want to know your rent experience. So my rent experience was quite tricky, right? I was looking for a place, right, cool stuff. Now, so I was complaining that I can't find a proper place, and then people were saying that it's because, like, Chale, your budget is not, is not high enough, or is not big enough for you to get the place that you actually want. All right, so that was the first thing. The second thing was the amount of years one could rent. I wanted to pay, in fact, so in South Africa, right, we just pay every month. We pay our rent monthly. So that's how it goes. That's how it is. Then you come to Ghana and you have to pay for like a year or 2 years, which is like, okay, so where do I get this money for 2 years to pay for my rent? Because like, it's expensive, So I want to know your rent experience. How has it been? Are you finding places? Join us via Zoom and share your experiences about your rent, how your landlords treat you, how they just, decide that today or this year we are increasing the rent. What is it? On that note, we're going to take a quick breather. We'll be back with more. You're welcome back from the breather. You're still watching JoyNews Interactive with me, Peter CBD. Now we're talking about rent, and you know that the department, the Rent Control Department, is asking the landlords to come to their department to ensure that they are reasonable and befits the condition of the premises that is being rented. So before landlords increase their rent, you have to go to the department. Have you ever seen that? Share your rent experience on 0302211691. 0302211692, and call us and also join us via Zoom. Let's see if we can go to Zoom and see if anybody is joining us. Okay, Harrison, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yes, a tenant. Yes, a tenant stays in my house for 2 years.
Okay.
He does not pay the rent. He does not pay the rent. The case is taken to court, and he leaves the house and takes the keys to the registrar of the court. Is that right? Or what do I do under those circumstances? Because he hasn't paid the rent, and I want my rent after staying there for 2 years.
Okay, also, I just want to ask you a question. Why did it take so long for you to be asking for rent? Why is it 2 years? What happened?
Because the case was in court, and the court just finished the proceedings and said that he should pay the rent.
So if the court says he should pay the rent, he should pay the rent, eh?
Yes, but he went instead of me getting in touch or coming to me so that we inspect the house and see everything is okay. He's avoiding to pay, so he goes to the registrar of the court and leaves the keys there without my knowledge. You see, so the keys are with the registrar. Now I cannot find him.
Well, I think you just have to maybe, take it to the rent control department and then see how they can resolve the situation for you. Yeah, Harrison?
I've been to rent control and they are asking me to go back to the court. And why did even the registrar, does he have authority to collect keys, my keys, and keep the keys there for me to go and collect when the person has not paid the rent?
All right. So Harrison, I think this is a court matter. The court says he should listen. The court said he should pay. He should pay, right? He hasn't paid. So take it back to the courts so that it can be resolved.
Okay, but this is exactly what I'm trying to put across. You see, we cannot live in this country and allow tenants to behave that way and expect us to be giving them to get our houses for rent. And the courts are not helping because the courts are delaying everything. How does it take 2 years to decide on a case when the man has not paid rent? And they are still going, and I go back to court for money. I can't trace the guy. I mean, what kind of injustice is that?
All right, I'm sorry about your predicament, Harrison, and I hope that you can go to the court and get it resolved.
Thank you, but the justice judiciary is not helping us. Judiciary is not helping.
All right, it seems like we lost Harrison. Well, Harrison, I think you should go to court so that it can be resolved. All right, I see some few people on my screens joining me. If you can hear me, please give me a wave. All right, so I can see. Okay, MC Dufour in a white golf shirts. MC.
Yeah.
Yeah, so share your rent experience with me.
Yeah, good morning. It has been, I am professionally a teacher.
Okay.
And you know that teachers are, per our conditions, you can be transferred every year.
Yeah.
So the challenge has been that when you are going to rent, you are expected to get it for a year.
Yeah.
But you go to places and landlords are not agreeing to that terms of you be able to be transferred within the year. So they want you to take the 2 years, sometimes 3 years, and it obviously doesn't make sense because you can't just pay for 2 years and then in a year, even in the midst of, if there's any pressing circumstance, the service can just transfer you within 6 months based on what they think about you. So that has been one of the challenging things. And the other thing is that I stay in a place where the landlord is not around, and what happens is that almost everything what comes to maintenance is done by the tenant here, and she only comes when it is due for her to take the rent, and that is it. And after that, we don't even hear about it again. They only come at a time when it is due for the money to be taken. So that's quite the challenge. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay, I'll come back to Zoom. Let me go to Vida in Ablekuma. Vida, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, by good. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. So tell me, share your rent experience with me.
Yes, please. At where I am, we came and rent the house, but we later got to know that the one who rents the house for us, or the one who claims he is the landlord, wasn't the landlord. And it became a whole lot of problems where, like, the actual owner of the house is not staying here. So she later knows that the one he placed in the house is renting the house for people without her notice. So I want the authorities to be sure of the owners of the houses before they give it out to people for rent.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Let's go to Frederick.
Morning, madam.
Morning, how are you?
I'm doing well, and you?
I'm okay, thank you.
Actually, I'm a tenant.
Okay, tell me about that.
I would like to speak for tenants.
Sharp.
What we are going through as Ghanaians in Ghana is so hectic that we can't live in our country where you get more work to do. You decided to live in a very comfortable environment. The landlords and landladies will be chasing with huge amounts of rent per month. You see, Ghana, there was a research that revealed that Ghana rent is the most cheapest in the whole world. I hope you heard that report before.
Yes, please.
Why is it so? When you said it tomorrow, they said it's cement price, building materials price. Do you know something? I work in an environment where the goods is coming from at port before going to residence of people in Accra, for instance, Temaport. Before the fishes come from Temaport fishing harbor to Tema, Ashama, Accra, and other environments, the fishes are less than the price of fish sold out there, are less than the price that they sell the fish in Temaport. You ask yourself why. The same applies to building. We live in a country where we have a cement factory like Gassim. Decided just to work up one overnight.
Oh, okay. It seems like we lost Fred there. Sorry about that. Fred, do call us again so that we can hear your story. Let's go to William in Spintex. William.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Yeah. So share your rent experience with me.
Yeah. First of all, hello?
Yes, I'm here.
First of all, I will blame the rent control system and the court system.
Okay.
Because of something that happened to myself.
Tell me about it.
All right. This 2017, I informed my landlord that a part of the wall is leaking, for which reason when it rains heavily, water comes to my room and disturbs and destroys even some of my very, very good books.
Yeah.
Because I made that complaint, he gave me 1 month to vacate. I taught him the law by saying the law never says 1 month.
Yeah.
The law even says 3 months. When I don't get a place, another 3 months extension. Then he wrote his own letter first.
Okay.
And I told him that letter should have been coming approved from rent control. So he now went to the rent control, even told lies that I hadn't paid my rent, some of my rent, about 6 months. I showed all the receipts, the envelopes in which I paid. Always I put the figure on the envelope and date it. I showed all to the man on my phone. Yeah. Yet this man wrote. When I said he should refer us to court so I can take my damages because of the plenty books that I lost.
Yeah.
He forwarded the case to court, including that I have not paid rent.
Oh wow.
And the lady judge at Lungwa just said something. She said, "Am I a pseudo-masochist?" Pseudo-masochism simply means that you are happy in pain. You have some gratification in pain.
Yeah. Hello, William. William, can you hear me? Okay. All right. Apologize for that. So, Frederick and William, please call us back. It seems like we lost you guys. All right. Hi to my people on Zoom. If you can hear me, please give me a wave. Oh, okay. So I see Galaxy A. Galaxy, let's start with you. The gentleman in the black and white earpiece, black and white shirt with an earpiece. Galaxy A something. Unmute and talk. Unmute and talk. Okay, so the last one. Okay, I'll come back to you. I see someone in a vest, in a white vest, who's waving right now, please unmute yourself and talk to me. Yeah, okay. We've got 2 people in a vest and they're waving at me. Techno Spark. Let's start with Techno Spark. Techno? All right. We have Galaxy A1. Galaxy. Galaxy. I can hear you, Galaxy. All right, so let's go to Techno. Okay, I see Techno. Let's go to Techno. All right. Yes.
This garage.
Okay, sure. Tell me what your rent experience. Hey, gentlemen.
Can you hear me?
Gentlemen. All right, I see a gentleman here at the bottom corner. Can he please? What? Can he unmute himself? All right, gentlemen, let me give you the house rules of the Zoom call, okay? So you join with your video and your audio. You mute your television set so that we have a fruitful conversation, so that I can speak to you via phone. So mute your television set so that we don't get any feedback in the studio. I'm going to try it for the last time. Let's go back to Zoom so that people can share their rent experiences. Let's go back to Zoom and see who we have. Do you have anybody on Zoom? Director, do you have anybody on Zoom? All right, so we're connecting. Do we have them? Seems like today is a terrible day, terrible network day. What's his name? Who do we have here? Osei, you are not connected with your audio. I can see your lips move, but you're not connected with your audio, so I can't talk to you. All right, so yeah, Osei.
Name is Omar Hamdi.
Okay, tell me your rent experience.
Yeah, my problem is we talk about the rent control. They are not enforcing the law of land. Because today you can have a rent, you'll be in a house paying the rent of 250 a month. By ending of your money, they will increase it without your knowledge. So you increase it twice of it. And you don't know where to report them. So if you report them to rent control, they don't take any action. Either you are compelled to leave the house and go and pay another expensive money to some different place. So I want them to enforce the law so that we know based on the area you are, how much you should pay. And everybody will be convenient because you end up taking all your salaries to pay room rent, which is not going to for Ghana. That's what I have for you now.
All right, thank you, Galaxy A51. I see some other people joining, but unfortunately, you're not connected and you're not joining using your audio. So we're gonna move away from that. But for the last time, let me tell you the house rules for the Zoom conversation. So you enter the room with your audio and your video. You mute yourself, and then I'll ask you to wave. I'll call your name. What do? You unmute yourself, right? So that we can have a conversation. Make sure that your television set is off so that we don't get feedback. But let's move away to something. Because whilst you spent Easter in the comfort of your homes with friends and family, there's some people who spent the day behind bars. Some forgotten by even those they call family. Now, in the spirit of Easter, the Grandpapa Reggie Rockstone, in collaboration with Zila Liman Foundation and My Help, Your Help Foundation, brought smiles to the faces of inmates at Osam Krom prisons in the central region. Serving over 100 inmates, he's famous Rocks Watcher. And that's how we end JoyNews Interactive with myself, Mapita CBD. You know how to join the conversation on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. More JoyNews on TV.